Everyone, I'm Angie Bailey,
And I'm Aurora Newton.
and this is Ask the A-Team.
It is.
Yes.
We crack ourselves up.
We do. And today we were talking about, have you ever done something for someone and it doesn't really feel appreciated? Whether you're a mom and the kids don't quite get what you're doing for them, or you're in some sort of service, work to one another, whether it's ministry or just good works to other people, and maybe it just doesn't feel appreciated. And
a wife, a friend, a husband.
That's a hard place to be in when you're like, that just felt like a slap in the face when I just bent over backwards to try to get everything that you needed and do everything for you.
And then, boom, you put the smack down on me, right?
Smack down,
criticism, and
Or just not showing, or,
Well, Angie, in several places in Scripture, but in Colossians, one of my favorite scriptures is work as though you're working for the Lord and not for men.
Yeah.
So if we're working, or if we're serving, or if what we're doing, like you said, is unto Him, then it doesn't matter whether someone is disappointed or critical, or they don't give us any accolades, or they don't even notice what we did. Our motivation is really key in that. And we've talked about that with striving too. What are you trying to accomplish? What are you striving for? What are you motivated by? If you're motivated by the heart and serving the Lord, then that's going to come out different and feel different than if we're serving and motivated by the, being pleasing to men.
Because you can become very cynical.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Very quickly.
Bitter.
Yeah, very quickly. I remember one time my mom, she came to visit me when I was in inner city Atlanta, and she just saw us helping people, and then I had a situation that had come up where I was doing all these things to help somebody in a situation where it looked like if I didn't do anything, that they just were going to be homeless out on the streets, And so I was trying to do all these things because they had come to me with this need. And then when it was time for them to show, and when it was time for me to follow through and help with this, they just didn't do it. And my mom was like, how? So, how does that make you feel? No, how does that, what do you do with that? And I'm like, Mom, one thing that you learn pretty quickly is you have to do it as though you were doing it for Jesus Himself.
Right.
And not for that person, because... And if you have a boss that's difficult to work with,
we have great
we do, but I talk to a lot of people who work for somebody that they're like, they just never see the hard work that I put into something, or it's never appreciated, or they just always want more. And it's like, if you can do that, like you said, with a pure heart, and do it as unto the Lord, and just to give it away, it can create a really good work ethic. It can create you from becoming cynical.
Right.
And you just have to let that go in that moment. You have to say, whether I get the accolades for this, whether somebody appreciates what I did for them or not, that I did this with the right heart. And then here's the beautiful thing, is that other people will treat you like that. That will eventually come around. Because you treat others, right? The golden rule.
It is.
Treat
it's
others how you want to be treated. And if everybody does that, right, then you're going to be treated like somebody else wants to be treated eventually. So
it is very true. And it's so important, again, talking about motivation of the heart. I ask myself, especially when I'm so passionate about something, and I know I'm like, I've got to, this has to happen, or this has to go this way. I ask myself, I'll step back and I'll say, okay, what is my motivation here? Is this about me? Is this about, just wanting to be right, or just wanting to stand on something that I believe in? Or is this really because God has put this in my heart and I'm supposed to champion that?
Right.
It's a good barometer. Ask yourself, what is the motivation of my heart?
Yeah.
And if it's selfish instead of selfless, you might want to take a step back and maybe talk to one of your accountability buddies and say, hey.
You got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. There you go. I just laid that one out for you. So.
Well, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. And if this has helped you in any way or can help someone that you know, please like and share.
Have a great day.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.